You're quite welcome to just drop off in the silo like everyone else. Right. Wood-wise, we're doing amazingly. We've got cloth conveyors okay. It could still be a lot better, but it's all right. Okay, 9, I'll bear that in mind. Thank you very much. Oh, Moonwatcher, there's a lot of lurkers in here, though that was quite a nice thing for you to say. But I don't think you're going to get that much of a response, given that it is almost 20 to 3 in the morning, where a lot of my viewers are. Many of them are probably fast asleep, just listening to me prattling on about the way I'm building my city. And having pleasant dreams, hopefully. Right, the next thing... Really, we're waiting on the research, but as I've been saying, I think what we need to do is get our research production up. Like, proper books. So, a cattle farm is going to be necessary. We could get back over here and go back to producing that, or we could have something over here, perhaps. And that might not be a bad idea. Reasonably close. It would allow this farm and another one adjacent to it to use the same well water. That wouldn't be a bad move. Sure. Let's set that up, shall we? That being said, I am going to need more workers, unfortunately. Where am I going to get those workers from, though? Oh, actually, we've got a couple of houses that I can continue to upgrade. Yeah, we've got enough. And I can always build more. I can build a lot more, actually. I'm trying to avoid it so that we can keep our efficiency fairly high. We want a grabber. Then we want a splitter. I want to make sure you're trying to supply water. There we go. So, new farm. I'll have this farm output in that direction this time. And I would like this one to supply water and gather grain. There we go. You should only be gathering cotton. That's fine. And considering this is going to be a fairly small area, I don't think we're going to need much in the way of grain here. Now, it is much more efficient for the population you're using to do any particular job to have them in dedicated industrial complexes. But I kind of like the organic growth that we've got going on right now. Has anyone seen the recent Robin Hood movie where Tim Minchin is Friar Tuck? Tim Minchin is Friar Tuck in a movie? Oh my goodness, I didn't realize this movie existed, but now it is absolutely necessary to my continued survival. I will be seeing it shortly. That sounds amazing. My lord. I'm actually going to want this right here. Because I'm going to want pasture. That will... Oh, actually, we're going to move it one step forward. Also going to change this as a result. Well, actually, no, I don't need to change this as a result. I can have that feed in there. And then this go there. This needs to be for fertilizer because there's nowhere else I need to put it. And this one can fertilize the farms. Oh, that's going to be grand. I want from you leather. There we go. I almost said beef, but leather will do. Right. And over here. Now, this can produce 1 grain every 2 seconds. This requires 4 animal feed every 8 seconds. How much can a grain mill produce? We tell you to produce animal feed, sorry. 2 grain every 2 seconds. So each grain mill can take the product of 2 grain farms. All right. 2 grain farms into 1 grain mill would allow it to produce 1 animal feed every 2 seconds. So 4 animal feed in 8 seconds, which will give me the maximum output of 1 fertilizer and 1 leather every 8 seconds. Seems good to me. I actually don't even need this to be a conveyor. Why did I use a conveyor there? I have no Scooby. But I shouldn't have. Right. What I would like is to have another farm going. Also supplying the grain straight in there. This farm is more than capable of keeping all of these watered and fertilized. Probably by itself, but I'll have both of the farms trying to fertilize them. That said, it might not be necessary, since it's only going to be producing 1 every... one every 8 seconds. I think that should be fine. Yep, okay. Well, you're not going to do any watering or fertilizing. You're just going to produce grain, which is then going to be fed in there. Okay, not too bad. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that little setup there. We've got quite a lot of leather stockpiling. Now, we've got a lumber mill here, but this could easily support another one. Or I could just rotate them. And I think rotating them might be the way forward. If I go ahead and remove these, like so. Right, we're going to have to move a couple of things around, but this can go down there then. This can go across. This can slide up, rotate around, whomp. Everything is moving as before. Paper can be produced. I would like a workshop. The workshop can exist on the edge here and just deliver the yeah, you know what? Sure. Well, we could just use 2 wagons to deliver everything we wanted. Let's get this all paved. I could even have the workshop be delivered its leather from here. Wagon deliver paper. Because ultimately we've got a wagon moving the wood along, so it's no big issue for us. I would need to upgrade 2 more houses. That's not a huge cost. There we go. Sure. Okay, so we'll copy that. I will remove 1 more tree just from there. Copy the workshop. Copy there. Workshop will be designated to make books. Need a wagon. There we go. I want you to bring the paper across. And finally, last but most certainly not least, I'll have conveyor belts delivering the leather into the workshop. There we go. Now, we're going to have books. But we've got to get them over to the school. That is going to become the job of a bridge. And I do like making bridges, I will confess. So let's go ahead and set up the area for the bridge down here. Nice and wide, so there's plenty of means to traverse it. We're going to want it fairly tall to allow ships underneath. And I most definitely want to have these down here as well. These can go on 4. And then down here as well. I think that should be tall enough. I can't be 100% on it though, but I'm hoping that this is a tall enough bridge now that it's not going to get in the way of anything that I'd want to connect up to. Using a lot of wood to make this happen, but it's fine. Oof. 2 height to go under. Okay, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. There'll be 3 height for them to go under, so should work. Let's keep our fingers very, very firmly crossed, but it should work. Thank you for the confirmation, though. That's super useful. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to try the tricky business of getting all of these underneath. Which is not going to be easy. There we go. Now, if I can, I'm going to make this into a one-way system to avoid any of the inevitable shenanigans with wagons going over it. But we'll see. Now, do we have fences in a decor? Fence, yes. Can I place it? Yes, okay. It's, I can't place it down on the ground, though, going down, but that's fine. We will have them fences like so. Oh, they just delete the block. Never mind then. Sure. Can I build a lamp? Oh, I bet I can. Okay, so we're going to want to change these a bit to make this work and look wonderful. Because if we didn't make it look wonderful, what's the point of doing it? You can tell I've got too many resources when I spend this much time making a bridge. There we go. Marvelous. It's a beacon. A beacon to all of our boats. Ah, happiest of days. We will also use half stairs rather than half blocks here because wagons can't go up them, but people can. And they also look wonderful as a separator. That's one of the big things I like about this game. People often make the comparison with Factorio. And I would say that there's a lot that this game has that Factorio doesn't, and a lot that Factorio has that this game doesn't. But I don't think it's a very strong comparison, I'll be honest, especially because this is a fully 3D game. Well, no, it's not a fully 3D game, but it is a 3D game for a very large part. You don't have tunnels, but that's about the only thing you can't do. But if you wanted to say all other things being equal with Factorio and this game, this is Factorio, with pretty bits that you can use to decorate your town. To decorate a base in Factorio is so hard. So hard. I have found what I think are ingenious ways of being able to do it, but it's tricky. You have to. It's a little bit like playing roguelikes, you know? You have to just suspend some of the fact. That is not a D. That is in fact a dog. That is not a tree. That is a tree. Yes, I see it with my mind's eye. It's a beautiful vista of my imaginarium. It's wonderful. But in this, you don't actually have to do that. You can just actually make it, which is glorious. Hey, Leafin, how you doing, buddy? We're very close to machinery now. Right, time for us to get another 2 wagons down. Oh, another wagon down to deliver the boats. The boats. I wouldn't mind if you could deliver boats, but you can't, so it's fine. I accept this. There we go. One-way system. Get. Perfect. Oh, you can go up those? I never... Wow, I've never seen them go up that before. I wonder if that's a change. Regardless, it can't be allowed to stand, but... I had not seen that happen before. Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed. There's a Factorio mod called Decorative, which does have a bunch of decorative bits. Ooh. The harvester drill looks so much more awesome. So much more awesome, my lord. But we've also unlocked the caravan. Gloriousness. But we need to solve this problem of them being able to get up there where I don't want them to get up. Yes. Okay, well, regardless, I need to take these away then. Can't have you doing that. No, 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 no. I need something else. First and foremost, it isn't enough to simply have them unable to climb the first stairs, because then they can still cause shenanigans in the middle. I'll have a wooden bench down the bottom. Another lamp. Wouldn't go amiss. Hanging over the bench. You know, in case you want to read. That seems fair. Oh, in that case, though, have these pointing inwards. Oh, yes, I like that. I like that a lot. But... there we go. Let's get all of these down. We want flowers. Potted plant. Maybe just a regular. It's not my best work, honestly, but I was a little bit caught off guard that they could do that. So it'll have to do. Yeah, there we go. It'll do. Right. I'll have a think about that. See if there's a way I can fix it. Right, railways to get mining, which would be very nice. And then deep mining later on, which would be even better. Boat building, though, is where it's at. Now that we've built this really great bridge so that we can carry things across the water, you know, we could look into getting boats. But the fishery, at the very least, would be quite cool. So, sure. Let's go ahead and get some boat building going. There we go. It would help to move the one-way sign to the top, but you could still end up having the carts basically block themselves down at the bottom or along the sides because they can't move sideways up here. They can move sideways, sorry, but they tend to just get really oddly clogged. I've seen it happen a few times on the 3-wide bridge, but then I do tend to end up really saturating the bridges, so it's probably my fault as much as anything else. Right, well, we can build a bunch of new things now. Caravan needs iron wheels, a solid metal wheel that is useful for various machines. A strong, high-capacity vehicle. Now, this is where it's at. Needs 1 population. And a lot of things that we aren't yet making. But, you know, it's fine. In terms of buildings, we can have the packager. Not really necessary yet. But what we are clearly going to need is reinforced planks. That's just going to be the way it is. So, we need yet another production facility for planks. But this one is not really having its full capacity used presently. So, perhaps makes sense for us to wagon over some items, maybe. And this barn is full. You could either wagon the planks across to here, or wagon the plates across there. Either way, though, we want to be making reinforced planks. Oh, actually, we need both iron plates and nails, so it stands to reason to move the planks over here, or even produce them over there. I think moving the planks makes more sense, though, than anything else. Right. Going to do a bit of moving around, then. How would be the best way to get there, is the question. We don't need this cotton or the tomatoes, so we're going to get rid of those. Yeah. But what we do now need is to make this area a bit more traversable for us. So prepare to lose quite a lot of money. There we go. Now I'm going to need to bring this tile up a bit. Oops, that's not quite what I wanted. Oh, damn it. Why? There we go. There we go, that's what I need. And sure, let's bring all of this up. There we go. Perfect. The issue here is this is really, really steep. But if we can make a path all the way down there, and I would rather go full hog and get a 3x3, rather, or maybe even a 2 would do it. But it means that we're not going to have to worry as much about collisions later on. You do have to worry about them. Oh, there we go. Fishery. Unlock the fishing boat and the cargo boat. Marvellous. There we go. And we have our path. There we are. Marvellous. Now, generally speaking, when it isn't something like a bridge, I've not noticed the traffic jams get quite as horrific. Usually, if you've got a 3-wide area, you can have traffic move fairly safely across it. But the moment it has anything to do with things like bridges, I mean, when you think about it, a bridge is quite restrictive versus a road because you can ultimately just go a different direction, or just veer off the beaten trail. Whereas with a bridge, it's like, yeah, that is the water. You're doing a tired, but a happy tired. Oh, I'm gladly, Finn. I wish train navigation was that easy in Worm. Oh my lordly, Finn. The thing is, though, when terrain leveling was really hard, you would get to ridiculous levels of strength, getting your like dirt digging to 50. And it was I don't know, but it just felt like an accomplishment. That's all I'm saying. It was something to be proud of. It's like I'm a level 50 dirt digger. Good old worm. I really wish that game did better than it did ultimately. Right, let's plonk you down there then. And I'm going to want you to be making me reinforced planks. There we go. Should I store these directly next door? I could do. This rock isn't particularly important to me, so I could just clear that out of the way. Grab a bomb, pop that there, make this for... Ugh. What an idiot I am. Alright, I'm going to keep this barn for something else then. Now that I've very stupidly upgraded its capacity so it can now hold a stupid amount of stuff. And you don't... I know that sounds like, oh, that'll be a good thing, but no. Not when it's something that's expensive to make. Maybe for something like logs. We might set that one up as our new log barn. There you go. Right. With that done, we can now set up some conveyors. I think I will use conveyors to take stuff across. And I'll do it on a much higher level than I usually do. We'll go all the way up to this level. I believe we can still grab from this level. I could actually be wrong, though. Hopefully not. Ah, good, we can. Right, all we're going to require now are planks, so let's get those set up. I'll grab 2 carts for this one. Go ahead and drop them off. In a way, this would be useful for the planks, frankly. But we'll leave it for now. Right, there we go. Hey, I'm Uncle Pork. How you doing, buddy? I hear there were factories. I got here as fast as I could. The funny thing is, I could actually believe that being the case. It's like, you just said, oh yeah, Aavak stream. Oh, that's cool. I'll see if I can get it. He's playing a factory game. What? A factory game? Quick! To the Benthamobile! I imagine the Benthamobile being actually quite swanky. It's all quick to the Bentham. It just kind of saunter over there in his tux and just climb the back of it. Home, James. All right, my lord. You do sometimes call your car the Benthamobile. That's fantastic, Bentham. I love that so much. Right, there we go. Right. We have got reinforced planks flowing into our barn. That does mean that we can upgrade our houses a little bit more, but look at the cost of it. Oh, so much. Steam power, worth is going for right now. The next step, the sub-Bentham Marine. I approve. I think that would be fantastic. You would naturally need a way into your garage. You know, and from what I understand, you don't live on a coast, do you? Like, you don't literally live right next to a conveniently placed massive body of water. Nevertheless, I expect you to arrive at home. via the Subbentham Marine. A massive array of canals dug without anyone knowing. Perhaps started by Old Man Bentham and Older Man Bentham before him. Many, many generations of Benthams have been building this so that it could all culminate in you having a Subbentham Marine. Now, far from the sea, I would say, alas, but it helps with the property value in these pre-apocalyptic times. Well, I mean... Yeah, I was trying to think of some way that I could turn that on its head, but no, you're right.